I'll actually show you this time. They're going to sprint across, trying to avoid everything. They start hitting it right there, and you will know when they're trying to plant default. You will hear that every time as a defender up here. You will know, like, listen how loud this is. They have to be to, like, right here to actually trigger it and open it up. You can just swing at them like this, and it should be a freebie. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So we're now in Oregon here. First, when you load in, shoot the radio. Starting on the classic map for this video. Also, always shoot your glass on windows like that, so then you'll know when they're actually pushing said window. For this one, now you know when they're on rappel. You can hear the sound cue a lot more clearly if you shoot the glass. I don't know why they just don't remove all the glass. It's very stupid, but gotta do what we gotta do for now until that happens. Obviously, as Melusi, you can make the rotate if you need, but I'm going to show you first a little special bonus tip you can do here. I think I've shown this in another video before, but if you make a hole right here, I kind of messed it up. I made it a little too far back, but if you shoot like this piece out here, you can now throw an impact on this light, and it will get anything off the main breach. So, just a little bonus tip. Again, they'll probably go below, especially if you have something on the wall for denial. They'll probably grenade this, so you want to be careful. But you can even do this from back here if you need. Just line it up with that. Get on the couch. There you go. Line up right there, and you are set. It is a lot easier, too, if you have a teammate with a bailiff or a shotgun or something, just to make one pump hole right here in this spot, and then you can throw the impact fine. I'm not going to use this impact because I'm not doing this right now. I'm going to throw an impact right here, actually, since we don't have a shotgun to do it on our team, since we're alone. You're probably wondering why I'm doing this hole, but that's the whole point of this strat, actually. So this is default plant. What you're going to want to do... This is pretty cool stuff, too. Figured this one out myself, I can say. Always fun when you discover something like this. So you want to put the Melusi Banshee on this side of the wall, facing directly up into the little cubby area up here. This is going to be a lot easier to see if somebody's pushing down here in Z-Hall, but it's still going to be worth it. Try to move it to the left a little bit so it's harder. They have to actually push this, like, they have to commit to it to see this Banshee. The thing is, though, this is a two-way now. So this is going to get anybody in default plant, and you will have a sound cue from below. So you can just... I always play in security, by the way. I play security, I run over here, and now I can shoot the default plant, because it's going to be very loud when they hit. I will show you, by the way, I have the other player in the lobby again, like one of the last videos I did. But yeah, I usually play security around here. I just make some holes. You can watch the window jumping, get a freebie when they jump in. You can also control all of bottom white and Z hallway. That's why this position is so powerful. If you watch competitive, you'll always see somebody playing down here in Pro League. Even with two, maybe. Somebody playing in Z hall over here and patrolling for drones and stuff, and maybe roaming down in the basement going for flanks. And then you'll have somebody playing in security. Like if you have a mute right here with a jammer on this, reinforce these, put a jammer here. It's a very powerful spot because now they can completely stop people from jumping big window. And then go for C4s below, like this denial. Don't you need a C4 to deny the default spot? And the attackers probably will not know about this unless they have a teammate down here and they've seen the Melusi and they know there's like a whole big hole here, but they're probably going to think nothing of this. If they're grenading from below, they usually do it from the window outside, or they'll just do it around here in kitchen. They usually aren't going to be going like into security and grenading in here unless they sledge into it and have a rotate made. Even then, they probably won't even see this over here. They're not going to think anything of it because defenders aren't going to be playing in this spot. So why would they grenade this? But if they do rotate again, they will see it, but that's why you should be playing down here around your Banshees. That's why it's a two-way. If you're playing this right here and they start hitting it, it should be a free kill for you every time. They have to be to like right here to actually trigger it and open it up. You can just swing at them like this and it should be a freebie. Okay, enough about this Banshee until the end. Stick around later in the round and I'll show you exactly how this one works when they're going for the plant. For my second Banshee, I like putting it on the pit drop. Just like this. Now, I either switch it up between pit, and if our team doesn't have anything on white stairs, they should have like a couple of pieces of barb and an Ella or something, or a Fenrir, or a Thorn, whatever. They should have a lot of utility and traps on white, because people love rushing up here. And if they don't, I will put a Banshee at the top of the stairs. Defenders or attackers won't expect that when they come up. And they'll be right here and it'll completely mess up their silent push. So a Banshee there is good. Either that or like on the stairs, but they can shoot that farther down. So I like sticking in the corner. So either do that one or do the pit drop right here. So this one's hard to see unless they actually go here and shoot it, but then they'll have to expose themselves to other angles too. They're doing that. And you can make head holes right here. I'd recommend doing that most of the time. But you can reinforce it off if you want. Always reinforce these two, by the way. So yeah, this is a very good Melusi Banshee to have right here on the drop. Putting frost mats here too. You've probably seen me do that before if you watch my sieqe videos, but a Banshee does the job just fine. And then the last Banshee, I just like destroying this coat rack. This is where you would put ADSs too. Just kind of shove one right here. As low as you can get it so it's harder to shoot when they actually walk in. They'll have to look lower and focus their aim on a weird spot. That's why you don't want to put the Banshee like in the middle of the floor right here. It's going to be free. Like tuck it in, now they're going to have to shoot way over here, and they have so many angles to worry about when they're doing that. And they can't even get this from here unless they know about it because you can't see it if you're on the window rappel here. So just make sure to tuck it in good like that. Maybe put an ADS on the ground here or one above it, and it's going to be very hard to clear. And it will get anybody walking in. You can move it a little bit more to the left, kind of like right on the brown thing here. Yeah, this is better because now it'll get the default plant right here tucked. It doesn't quite reach this default, but it still does the job. I think that's a very good Banshee to have. Still hard to shoot from the window, I'd say. Or see from the window. They have grenades or something, yeah. Can't even see it. I think that's pretty much everything on Oregon, though. So I'm going to show you the default plant one now. So Thermite's opening the wall right here. Okay, he's going to run for the plant. Just try to listen. So now you can hear him. He's triggering that Melusi constantly. He's in the default right now. I'm telling you, if the attacker runs into playing default and this starts happening, they're going to be in for a surprise. I'll actually show you the run up here. I'm going to use two controllers at once, so just bear with me. I'll actually show you this time. They're going to sprint across, trying to avoid everything. They start hitting it right there, and you will know when they're trying to play a default. You will hear that every time as a defender up here. So that's why this works both ways. You will hear it. Like even if you're right here, holding this in kids, if they run across, you will know when they're default, and you can just swing on them at that point. Or you can tell the guy that's playing like white stairs right here, if there's somebody here late in the round, or somebody that's still playing down here for the C4 from below. You will know, like, listen how loud this is when you're right next to it. It is weird, it kind of like opens and closes, but for the attacker, it's going to be very hard to like look down here and shoot it. You have to get a very weird angle from like right here, and then they're sticking out, exposed to more angles. From here, they can't even shoot it. And it does catch them in every spot. As you can see, he's tight corner, other tight corner. Like way up here, and it still reaches. Like right here is the range, right on the end of your holes. It basically is like a line of sight gadget, kind of like the thorn traps I was showing you in the last video. So as soon as it starts seeing them, it will go off, even from below. I do love this. I'm excited to start using this in games. Even in sieqe, this is going to be really good to have. It's a lot of information, and sieqe is all about info. So yeah, free kills every time. They're going to be so confused how they're getting Melusi Bansheed. But yeah, let's move on to the next map. Melusi Clubhouse CCTV Cache Strat. I know that's a long name, but that's just a bomb site, I guess. Okay, so for this one, I've already done all the reinforcements. You want to get single wall on cache. You want to get the single outside breach wall. On construction, you want to get this middle wall right here on red. You want to get this left side one, the main breach, and then the last four I haven't even done, but you get the point here. You want to get all the garage walls reinforced. And that's going to be your ideal setup on this one. You don't want to reinforce like any of these walls or something. And you can also make head holes here. I mean, you should make head holes here every time. With the player playing garage, there should be somebody holding garage. And then you can make the rotate here. Then head holes here too if you want, I guess. I mean, I'm just showing you can do the full setup with Melusi. You don't even need a smoke or something. Melusi can just get it done. since she has the impacts. And for your second impact, you can just save that for later, unless you want to make like a multiple rotate one way up here or something. But what I like saving it for, make a little hole here, and you see this little part right here? It's like not even the surface technically. You see there's a gap here, that's the actual like end of the surface, but it like stops here, there's like a second part. I can kind of show you on this side. I love doing YouTube videos, by the way, because I've been doing TikTok, and one of my videos went absolutely nuts. Had like 40k viewers at the time I'm making this right now, after like just a couple days or less. And people are complaining, saying it was too long, even though it was like 2.5 minutes. Actually insane to me how bad some people's like TikTok attention spans are. It makes no sense to me, but you can see the little gap right here. It's like this little metal thing. That's where you want to throw your impact on. Hits right there. We'll get anything off the wall unless it's like super low, but they're not going to place a thermite charge that low. There's no way. Not in ranked. Not a thermite, like Habana or an ace even. That's what it's usually going to be for this single wall. If they even try to blow that one up, probably not. But if you throw the impact just like that on there, perfectly done. That will get anything on the wall. I can show you the impact. You can see it goes right here. That will make anything blow up that's on that wall. Just another little bonus tip. And if they don't do that, then you can just save it for like an OSA shield. People like playing OSA on the breach right here. Or you can just save it for like later on to deny the plan or whatever. But what you're all here for is the Melusi strat itself. I always like putting this one right here on the breach. Oh, can't put it down. My X button's on the best, so bear with me. This right here, though, I like putting because it's the only trap, really, that you could put on the breach. You can't put, like, Legion goo mines or Capcan traps, you know, on this, or a frost mat. So this is going to be the best way to slow them down, just rushing through the breach like crazy players. I was going to say something way worse, but I didn't. So right here, if they have to hit this Melusi Banshee, obviously, when they go for the default plant, it's going to be very hard to shoot that wall. They're checking every angle. They have to worry about red, any holes that are in here, the tucked swing out, and garage holes, and the garage window. And if there's anybody playing behind the server rack, like a crazy right here. So that will be very good. And if you have a mine magnets above the breach on the hard part, then it's going to be hard to even clear it in the first place. Unless they have a Zofia or something. A lot of stuns and they are coordinated. You want to put this Banshee right here at the bottom, so you know right when they enter the bottom zone. Right when they enter this, it's going to start making a noise. And it should be a free kill for you. Unless they Zofia or grenade or something before. You're going to swing out right when that activates. And it should be a free kill, because they're not going to expect that. And if they do, and they hit that shot on you, then they deserve that kill. Speaker's advantage is in your hand there. For the last Banshee, I either do one on the, here, I'll show you after. I do this one, though. I put it right past these little things. I think this is best, so they have to actually go through this, and they can't just shoot it from way back here. Oh. Hello there. My stick drift, like, pulled Bug all the way to the door. He was, like, way back there, I think. But hey, how you doing, Buck? Anyways, you want to put this Banshee right here next to that. That's where I always put that one. And I'll show you exactly when he hits it as well. And if you don't want to do that Banshee, I'm going to go way back upstairs now. You can put one right here on the other side of the server rack, just like I did for that one. And they have to jump in the window to be able to trigger it. And you can have an ADS or something here to stop them from grenading it or whatever. You should have an ADS here anyways, or two, just to stop them from nading the bandit trick or whatever on the breach. The mute jam or whatever you have there. Otherwise it's a free grenade from the window. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good spot for it too if you don't want to do the garage one. Or even you put one like right here tucked, I guess, but I just prefer doing this one. I'm going to play off it as well. I'll show you exactly how you can do this. So late in the round, if you're playing like lounge or something, you can rotate down blue stairs. It takes like 10 seconds. It's very quick. If you know the last player or two are going garage and they have to go up the stairs, because that's their only way up in the rafters, the stairs. That's the only way they can actually get up there in the site. They're entering through garage anywhere. You can go down here, hold this angle right here on your Banshee. You know they have to be like right here or something for them to actually activate it, and they will be going very slow trying to shoot it up the stairs when they're in the range. You can even hold like here if you want to before, because you know they're probably pre-aiming it. So just hold that, free kills all day. And I'll show you a clip right now, me doing this exact thing.
Last operator.
And you can see in that clip, I didn't even use the Banshee. I just shot them. I was using the other server rack Banshee for that clip. It's still a very powerful angle. If you know they're having to push this, and you happen to be like roaming downstairs or on red or something, even if you're like top red right here, and you know they're both pushing garage or something, you can rotate fastly down here, go all the way down here through oil pit. It takes like 15 seconds max, probably less. That took me like 8 seconds, let's be honest. And you're already in position. You have to be able to hit your shots, though. If you can't hit your shots, do not even try that angle, because, I mean, then you'll give them sight for free. If you're confident in your shots, though, and you know they haven't walked up, say if you have the default up or like a Valk or Echo Cam on them, then I'd really recommend doing that. That's a really powerful angle to have. They're not going to be expecting it, and if they are, I mean, they're just terrible, because they should be pre-aiming this, and then any holes that are on sight there, the window even, the swamp door, these holes that should be here. There's so much more to pre-aim than down here. They want to check this, they're going to have to do it like first after they check swamp before they even go up like this. And even then, you should be able to win that gunfight because you're in a weird off spot down there holding your Melusi Banshee. Also, you can hold down there earlier in the round if you want to support the player that's holding rafters up top. If they're doing a hard garage take, they have like all the walls open and he's playing up here getting like stunned and capitowed. Try to help him hold the stairs angle so he can actually get pushed, so he's safe. So as long as he doesn't expose himself unnecessarily and peek, then he should be good if you have the stairs held. He can even help you too on the stairs, so it's like a 2v1 at that point. But anyways, enough tips on this one. Let's move on to the next map. So I'm loading into the game now. I'm not going to reinforce all the walls. I'm just going to do this one here. Make sure you reinforce this middle wall, by the way. This is called Pirate. A lot of people in like the higher levels of play and like comp and everything call it Pirate. So just be aware of that when you're playing with your team. Tell them to call that Pirate, because nobody really has a call out for that wall. Either that or like single wall, I guess. But since you're Melusi, again, you can make the rotates. I prefer doing a vaultable one here on the right. I made that a little too low probably, but something like this. This protects you most from the big window like that. Also shoot the glass. I can't shoot the glass apparently, but that's fine. But this protects you the most, and then when you swing out on the default plane that's going down right here, if they even play it these days, you can get the fastest swing on them without being exposed to the guy holding the pool door right here. So you can just kill the planter and get back to cover if they miss their shots. You can also make like head holes here. If I'm playing smoke or something, I do like high holes so I can throw a smoke canister right on the default as well. Or C4, whoever. If I'm playing mute. But also reinforce these walls next to the door. Reinforce this wall at the end. Make head holes here. Or just leave it. And then make a rotate here with the other one. Just like that, so you can get in safely without exposing to this door on hookah. Really recommend shooting this glass. A lot of people like going to that rappel early on, or even late in the round. If the glass is still up, they can get a free kill, because they can just hit it and see all the way into the site, which is kind of why you reinforce this wall too. Stop that. But okay, enough going on. Your last two reinforcements go right here. We all know you get these four walls. You don't want to reinforce these. I would make footholes on this wall here on Aqua, so it's harder for them to actually get into the room with being safe. Because now you can just peek them and it works against them. Because you're farther away on those holes. Okay, for your first Banshee, I like playing on Coastline around the bar area here, on Aqua Bar. So for that, I like having a Banshee right here in this corner. Just shove it right in the ground. I don't think you can actually put it on this thing anywhere. Oh. Can. I thought I did it before, I wasn't sure. Kind of just like that. And they won't be able to see it until they get all the way up here because all the luggage blocks it. They can't see it this way either. There's no way you can shoot it from the back either, obviously. Either that or you can just shove it into the ground. Either way works, really. But now this is going to get them when they walk up here. Let's see if the range is any different. Testing this with you guys. Okay, it goes like right to the door almost. Put it on the ground here in the corner. The ground might be harder for them to shoot, honestly, and they won't see it until they're like way up here. So I'd recommend doing the ground. Let me see where the range was again. You guys probably seen, but I missed on it. There. The range is the same, so regardless. I guess it's probably harder for them to see here until they get like way up here. They can't see it. They drop this compared to having it here. So I'd recommend on the ground right there. That's where I put it before anyways. I didn't even know you could do that one. I thought you could, but who knows. But yeah, now you'll know right when they push up here. Free pre-fire. I always hold this down and never let anybody push luggage. I'm a luggage beast on this map. For your next Banshees, I'd recommend putting them on site for your team. You could do one like right here. This one kind of hides a little better than the last one I was putting up. Right there. People aren't going to really see that as well. They're not going to be looking right here for some reason. And it's not going to trigger until they go like right here out of the door. So this is a very good Banshee. It will cover the whole range of the hallway walk up. So you can either do that one or a Cool Vibes one. It just depends where your traps are, honestly. That's why you got to be versatile with your Melusi Banshees. You kind of got to put them wherever your teammates aren't putting traps in. They're probably not putting traps right here at the end of the hallway. Like, let's be honest. Who's putting an Elamine or a Legion Goo here? It's probably not happening most of the time. And if it is, props to them, I guess. By the way, a really good Finry spot's like right up here. I'm going to start doing some Finry videos for you guys soon, too. He's so OP. Best solo queue op. But if you want to do one on white stairs, just put it like right here in this corner so it's harder for them to see when they're coming up. They're going to have to look up here, not in this corner. And it will surprise them. Or you can even do one lower so you have more time to prepare. Like, try to hide it in these bushes here. Like right in the end. Or like right here. But for this setup, I'm not doing one on white. We're just going to say they have a lot of barb and traps there. Because it is common for that to happen. So for this Banshee, I put it right here. As low as you can so the window has a harder time seeing it. Kind of like that. This will get the walk-in up until here. They probably won't pass this point if they're walking in. They'll go over here. And it will cover all the way to this corner here. They will have to shoot it at some point and expose themselves to these angles you should have. From the window, I think you can see it probably. Like, yeah, you can see it, but you should have like ADSs or something. This is a good ADS spot right here to stop the nades to the vent. Like right here. And then it can catch anything from the window as well, I believe. Maybe like right here or something. I'm not sure. Or you can just put magnets on the window to stop that. There's a lot of ways to stop it when it's actually in the site. Like magnets on the door, magnets up top on the window, anywhere really. Or even just like stuff them under the couch, you know? But yeah, this is the Banshee strat I like using on Coastline. It is going to work most of the time. I basically just provide 2 Banshees to my team on the other parts that I can't hold. And then I play off the one. I think that's a good strat to do usually when you're playing like a trap op. Maybe give yourself like 1 or 2, depending on how many you have total. If you're playing like Fender, give yourself like 1 like good trap and then 1 that's like deactivated for now, just in case they push you hard. And then give the rest to your team. Like give the barbed wire to your team, at least 1 piece, and then give the rest of the traps to your team. And if you're playing Melusi, just give 2 to the team, 1 for yourself if you're solo queue. But I feel like these are good regardless. Even if you're in a stack, these are going to be good spots universally. Again, it just depends where your teammates put their traps. And of course, if you're playing behind this bar, just another general tip, be careful of grenades from here. I always shove some of my magnets when I play him here. And I usually put like a beeper here instead of the Melusi. I usually just put the beeper here. That's why I was thinking you could put the Melusi there too, but the floor is better for her gadget. That's going to do it, though. I feel like I went very in-depth with these setups. These should help you in your games if you do what I said. I try to be as helpful as I can for these videos, so if you guys did enjoy this, leave a like down there below. It really helps me out a lot. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane at this point. I only started doing YouTube like 5 months ago or something at this point. So the growth has been ridiculous. And I thank you all for that. Go follow me on TikTok as well. I mentioned that earlier in this video, I believe. I post a lot of random tips and strats there, so I'm sure you'd like that if you like this video and watch this far in. But that being said, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!